Thank you for joining us. I'm Naiba Reynoso. Ahead, wolf therapy is a new frontier in helping individuals heal from trauma. Plus, meet a patient who turned a life-changing injury into a job helping his peers. But first, the COVID-19 Omicron variant is creating chaos across the region, and the county is stepping up to improve access to testing. Take a look.
So here we're launching a great new program in addition to our already fabulous community testing for COVID-19. We're distributing at-home test kits. So the community testing is by appointment only, which people should be familiar with, but we also have picture at-home kits. So if you want to pick up kits for your family, the homebound, or your children, you're welcome to come with no appointment and grab a kit to take home. So getting a kit is extremely easy. Once you're on site, you can walk right up to get an at-home kit. You can discuss with our attendant your at-home kit needs. Take the requisite amount home with you. The kits are good for 6 months, but you can use them at any time within that time period. All the instructions are contained within the kit. It's a very simple online registration and application process. There's a short questionnaire, but once you're done and you have collected your sample according to the instructions inside the kit, you just return to the site and drop your sample in one of our receptacles.
A recent surge in COVID cases after the holidays has created upheaval as kids return to school. Get up to speed on the latest with the Omicron variant from a top county health expert. Here's more. And today we welcome Dr. Luisa Gonzalez from the Department of Public Health. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Luisa, can you help us understand what the Omicron variant is and why it's such a concern for public health officials?
Sure. The Omicron variant is a concern for public health because it's the dominant strain and it is very transmissible. The variant has been particularly worrisome because its large numbers of mutations raises the possibility of increased infectivity, of potential immune evasion, and also resistance to treatment and illness severity. So while the vaccine effectiveness against Omicron is lower than it is against other variants, boosters do greatly improve that vaccine effectiveness. And additionally, vaccinations do still offer protection against severe outcomes.
So I understand that teachers are now required to wear N95 masks. Are these obviously more effective, and should children also be wearing those?
So yeah, a higher quality mask such as an N95 or a KN95 does a better job at filtering out the virus particles. But children should not wear N95 or KN95s since those masks really can't achieve a proper fit on those smaller faces. But children should be wearing a well-fitted non-cloth mask with multiple layers of non-woven material that has a nose wire to reduce any gaps from the nose. Right. Masking is required for all indoor and outdoor settings on school campus and school buses as well. And for extra protection, children can wear a double mask, which would be, right, for example, a cloth mask over a surgical mask. And double masking should be tested at home first to make sure that the children can breathe comfortably and that their vision is not obstructed while wearing the double mask.
And can you help us understand why, if you're vaccinated and boosted, you can still get the Omicron virus?
So evidence does suggest that only the people who have recently completed their vaccination series or they're boosted are the ones that have significant protection from becoming infected with this highly contagious Omicron variant. That leaves millions of people across LA County vulnerable to COVID infection.
Speaking of that, do you have an idea of what percentage of LA County is fully vaccinated?
Yes, as of December 5th, 97% of LA County residents 65 and over have received at least one dose of the vaccine. And also 84% of residents 12 and older. And when we look at residents 12 and over, 76% are fully vaccinated. So far, more than 2.4 million additional or booster doses have been administered here in LA County. And booster shots are now available to all fully vaccinated adults ages 18 and older. 53.9% who are eligible have not yet received it, which is a concern. COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective, and they are recommended for everyone 5 years and years old or older to protect against COVID-19. Vaccinations are always free and open to eligible residents and workers, regardless of immigration status. I want to emphasize that. Appointments are not needed at all of our public health vaccination sites and at many community sites where there are first, second, and third doses available at this time.
But it's still possible to get infected by the Omicron virus, even though you are fully vaccinated and boosted, correct?
That's correct. However, those who are fully vaccinated and boosted, if they are infected, tend to have a much less severe disease course, get much less symptoms, are less likely to be hospitalized, and much, much less likely to pass away if they do become infected.
And if you do receive a positive COVID test, what's the next step?
So any individual who tests positive should isolate and quarantine. So exiting isolation after day 5 must have a negative test and be asymptomatic or with improving symptoms and no fever prior to leaving isolation. LA County residents can get tested at one of our many locations throughout the county, and testing services are free and also can be accessed through our LA County testing webpage. For those who cannot physically go to a location, the Department of Health Services has relaunched the home test kit collection program with new guidelines to reach more people and make it easier to get tested. That's at covid19.lacounty.gov/home test. And any LA County resident who is symptomatic or believes they were exposed to COVID-19 can order a home testing kit. Home testing kits require swab collection to be mailed back for a PCR test result.
But there's still things that we can do in order to avoid being exposed to Omicron, right?
Yes, that's right. We strongly encourage that everyone 5 years and older gets fully vaccinated or receives their booster dose as quickly as possible to reduce transmission of the virus. For more information on where to get vaccinated, you can visit vaccinatelacounty.com. We also continue to strongly recommend that individuals wear a mask when at any crowded indoor or outdoor event, regardless of vaccination status. In addition, any resident who is sick, was potentially exposed to COVID-19, or traveled internationally or to locations in this country with high transmission rates, either participated in gatherings and events with large numbers of people, is encouraged to get tested right away. Testing is essential, as it's an important tool to quickly detect cases and allow us to reduce spread.
Thank you so much for all of this. We really appreciate it, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
For more information on home testing, visit covid19.lacounty.gov/home test. To access testing locations, visit covid19.lacounty.gov/testing. For COVID isolation instructions, visit ph.lacounty.gov/COVID isolation. Wolves may be predators, but an impassioned group of mental health experts see them as ambassadors of healing for troubled youth, veterans, and others suffering from mental health trauma. Learn how the Wolf Connection program is creating dramatic outcomes for those willing to befriend these magnificent animals that are also healing from neglect and mistreatment.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
So today we had a groundbreaking ceremony for an expansion project, both at the ranch and program-wise. We rescue wolves and wolf dogs that have been neglected, abused, and abandoned, all from private ownership of fur farms. And also we partner, we rehabilitate those animals, heal them, and then they become ambassadors for youth and wounded veterans, incarcerated individuals, and so forth. Look at that coat. He's like
Well, yeah, I could use this coat today.
Your program truly is about healing, and it's inspiring, and what you do out here truly is amazing work.
People can make a lot of mistakes around them and still remain safe.
Yeah. The work that's done here, the healing that can occur for people who have suffered trauma is unparalleled in terms of its impact.
The youth that come here are typically teenagers and youth in transition, so 15, 16 to early 20s. The wolves that put it all together, we would not be here without them, are the stewards of this project, and we are honored to be the caretakers of a pack of 33 wolves that come from similar backgrounds of abuse, neglect, and abandonment, and soon with the new facilities able to house 60 wolves in total that make our lives better.
Got 60 seconds? Meet Alexander Peralta from Rancho Los Amigos National Rehabilitation Center. Alexander turned a life-changing spinal cord injury into an opportunity to help others on the road to recovery.
My name is Alexander Peralta. I work at the Resource Center here at Rancho Los Amigos. Right here at the Resource Center, I help patients, whether they're inpatient or outpatient, find the resources that they need. Could be transportation, they need discounts, utilities, maybe they need to apply for an application and we can help them out over here. We also have public computers that they can use. I'm a spinal cord injury in a chair for 17 years. I can tell them, I understand what you're struggling with. Even if somebody like your family member tries to help you out, they don't know exactly what it's like to feel, not being able to walk again. As a patient here at Rancho Los Amigos, I know what it's like. I've already experienced it, but I also find out that there's hope at the end of the life. So that's something that I want the patients when they come here to have, that there's hope.
Thanks for joining us. We leave you now with scenes from the Baldwin Hills scenic Overlook. We'll see you next time on LA County Close Up.